What you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John don't come for you? Tell me what you wanna do.
Cop Block is filmed live on location in the Shire. Your host, Derek J. Oh, I might be coming in a little too loud. Let me turn this down. Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? I hope that you are excellent like me. So the show's been away for a little while. Let me explain. Cop Block Radio is a show once a week on Wednesdays on LRN, the Liberty Radio Network, and a few other places. It airs at copblock.org, and you can get interactive there right now. In fact, if you go over to, I think, copblock.org, they've got a link to the podcast, and there's a chat room, and I'll sign in there and talk with you. So I'm Derek J. I film cops. I record police every time I see them around. It's an instant reflex now, and I've been doing this for years. And there are lots of other people who do this, and they call themselves all different kinds of things. Cop Blockers is one of them. And there's a website, copblock.org, and I want to read to you from the About page on copblock.org, just so we can lay the groundwork and be very clear about what Cop Block is. So, from their official website, Cop Block is a decentralized organization made up of a diverse group of individuals united by their shared belief that badges don't grant extra rights. Cop blockers are committed to highlighting the double standards often granted to those with badges. By documenting police actions with a camera, whether they are illegal, immoral, or just a waste of time and resources, we can work together to show people that badges don't grant extra rights, and promote ways to not only film the police, but to get such content in front of as many eyes as possible. Now, COPBLOCK has been doing this for, just as an aside here, for about 6 years, and I don't know if maybe they are the cause of it or just part of a growing movement that was just part of spontaneous order, or the inertia of history was just bound to happen anyway, and they're just caught up in this perfect storm. But over those last 6 years, I mean, how much growth have you seen personally in media about the police in front of people's faces? I mean, it's on the mainstream news, whereas it really wasn't before, or they weren't covering stories the same way. You know, they might have talked about police killing a so-and-so for a victimless crime, but they would always give the police the official statement on it. They'd show the chief and say, "Oh, it's under investigation. We're looking into it seriously," and they never follow up. Well, now that's not the story. Now that's not what's happening. They are questioning authority. The media doesn't just go to the sheriff; they go to eyewitnesses, and we're hearing people questioning the narrative in the mainstream, and also independently recording, live streaming police interactions right to Facebook. So a lot has changed over these last 6 years, and COPBLOCK has been a huge part of it. I just want to give some props to this organization for the things that they've been doing, and you can go support COPBLOCK in all kinds of ways by checking out copblock.org and find out if there are other people in your area who are recording police. And if that's something that interests you, I think it could go a long way. It goes a long way to changing their behavior. But once again, reading from copblock.org, the About page says, with constructive discourse and knowledge through the dissemination of different viewpoints and tactics, those who view the content here can not only see, but combat the frequent violations within modern policing today. COPBLOCK does not hate cops, because COPBLOCK is the idea that badges don't grant extra rights. Therefore, it cannot hate or love anything. Yet, COPBLOCK.org was founded on the principles that all human beings have equal rights. No one class or group of people has any more rights than any other just because of their job. The failure and inability to realize and act on this transparency, on this philosophy, the failure and inability to realize and act on this philosophy is to the detriment of all individuals. By focusing the disinfecting light of transparency on public officials, we safeguard not only our rights, but those of future generations. Those of us volunteering at COPBLOCK.org by contributing content or via the COPBLOCK network do not condone the initiation of force. As a general principle, and actually they have a link here defining politics initiation of force from importanceofphilosophy.com. And it explains that, and I think that might be something worth delving into a little bit later. But I'll just finish up this about page statement. As a general practice, intellectual property claims of any sort are not enforced here. Meaning, you can copy, paste, use whatever videos, pictures, and text is posted. In fact, you are encouraged to use information, logos, graphics, etc. posted here to join the cause and contribute to activism in your preferred manner. Help us share the paradigm-shifting idea that badges don't grant extra rights. And then there are some links down below where you can donate to the COPBLOCK network, you can get involved, you can connect with others, and some resources that you might want to use that, let me see, include, some allied outlets, some other groups that are similar to COPBLOCK that are allies of the group, smartphone apps, things you can do with Bitcoin, jury nullification, know your rights, cameras and tech, a link to the COPBLOCK radio show, flyers that you can print out and distribute around your area, lessons on filming the police, some COPBLOCK themed music even, if maybe you want to start your own podcast or just play some COPBLOCK music or just jam out in your car. A Welcome Leos page as well. They encourage law enforcers to check out the website, and it greets them. That's another fascinating one I should probably open up. And starting a COPBLOCK group. You can start a COPBLOCK group in your area, and there's even a groups page where you can click on it and see who's around in your area, like what groups are going on. And I think you're going to be surprised. It's fleshed out in almost every state. There are multiple groups that you can be a part of, so pretty cool to check out. I mean, even here in New Hampshire, I'm surprised. I'm scrolling down and seeing that there's a Keene COPBLOCK network, there's a Westmoreland COPBLOCK, and there's a New Hampshire COPBLOCK, and a Peaceful Streets Manchester group. So that's 4 groups in a state with only 1.3 million people. There's likely to be people around you who would like to record the police together. And these people have worked together and made YouTube pages. They upload and share these articles, and then COPBLOCK is a great place to share those articles. Once you've got them, or once you've written or made the videos, you can go show them around. It's going to get a lot more views if you're recording the police and you post it onto COPBLOCK than if you just post it on YouTube yourself. It's a lot more likely chance that people are going to see it if they're interested in people recording the police. And it is changing the world. I mean, cops are almost, in all the videos I've been seeing lately, I mean, the cops make a joke of it. Oh, you're going to put this on YouTube? But yeah, they're thinking about that. When they're pulling you over, when they're interacting with you, they're considering, is this person going to record this interaction? They got to be on their best behavior. In fact, they're probably recording you in many instances, and they hate that. But recordings are changing the game, and that's why COPBLOCK is so important. Stay with us. We've got more. I'm going to share with you the Welcome Law Enforcers page on COPBLOCK. Really? We return to COPBLOCK Radio, live on LRN, the Liberty Radio Network. Some of the top stories at copblock.org right now